The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman.
Hi everyone, Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour, and the Dow is up 116 at 16,541. S&P is up 11 at 1838. The comp index has just disappeared. Let's look at the Qs because it's very important. The Qs had made a peak E at 87.96. This is the NASDAQ trading vehicle, the QQQ Trust Series. And made a peak E and a pullback, and now it's giving a nice counter-trend bounce. But it is a peak F unless there's a brand new, there is a new high, not this week, next week. It really turns out to say 87.96 will be a peak B, and the new high will be leg C, and then we're going higher in the Qs. That makes this level of 87.96 really, really important. Look at gold, GCG 14. Gold is pulled back. This is a single leg A up from the 1202.30 low of about a week ago on the 31st of December. What you've done is that very big candle with that crazy aberration yesterday. Very often when you get that kind of the so-called bad tick, but it wasn't really a bad tick, it was a trade, they treated it as a trade, you can come down and retest. Well, you're testing the 9-period exponential moving average at 1223. Now, this is very interesting. We did have, and then we got out of some gold position. I want to get into a gold position, but only on a pullback. If it doesn't give me that opportunity, that's okay. I know exactly how to deal with it because it'll say that gold has gone to the 1250 level. If it closes above 1255, 1261 this week, that's a close. That'll be the first time the weekly chart has really shown strength to close above the 9-period moving average. It did it once back in October, November. Then it just went right back under the 9-period moving average. It just goes all the way back to August of this year before the 9-period moving average was taken out of the upside and held for a little while, a few weeks, and then it pulled back. I still say that in my gold chart, GC, I'm looking at an H pattern that says, yep, any great counter trend is a bounce here, and that we will go lower than 1179.40. Actually, that's the continuous contract. Let me give you the date because the date's 100% correct, not the price. The price has already changed. So I'm looking at the June of 2013. That low wasn't broken. It was successfully tested so far on the low of December. So that's a good sign. On the negative side, the chart itself says that it needs more time and more price. So let's do this. So that's that. And silver right now, I'm looking at SI. I'll just go to the H for now. Silver is down. It's down 0.42 cents on the March contract. This looks like the H pattern. I mean, just that. I don't want to get too carried away with these gold stocks. I know there are a lot of people buying. If you've bought them, there are a couple of gold stocks and silver stocks that are acting beautifully, but not all. A lot of them are acting quite poorly or have a single leg up. But if you look at it historically, it's really not a big deal, this move that they've just had. So I'm prepared to say that if gold starts to act well later in the week, I'm quite prepared to go because it says that there's a nice counter-trend rally 4 to 6 weeks. Then we might get a retest again of the lows. And I'd rather be in that trade and see where it goes than just to watch it, and sit by and watch it. But a lot depends on this coming week. I do want to touch the VIX index for a moment. VIX index is at 1295, down 60 cents. The weekly chart, the monthly chart, nothing here is saying that it's negative. I made a big deal, and the reason why we have long positions, I'm trying to get into more long positions, took profits, fabulous profits on one of our stocks. Would have been better if I actually held the thing or added to it. Hey, doesn't matter. I'll be back into the stock, I'm pretty sure, given a little time. And in the meantime, some of our other stocks are doing very nicely. trying to add to them, trying to add to get into a short position. Hasn't worked yet. Now, this is really interesting because what I've been saying to my subscribers for a couple of weeks now is that even though I'm looking at this and I'm saying more and more sectors and stocks are beginning to look as if they are very toppy and they could start to pull back, even more importantly, unless you get bad news, and a rallying VIX up in the 16s or 17s, buyers are going to come in. Buyers are just going to come in. It's a habit now. So please keep it in mind. That's just my opinion. Bad news and VIX. BAD, 3 letters. News, 4 letters. And VIX, 3 letters. So 7 altogether, or 8, whatever it is. That's it. And that's what I want to try to keep to that discipline. Now, you can start to go down before you get the bad news. But to sustain and move to the downside, absolutely you've got to have an accompanying scenario that is negative. I think I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. To one of the reasons we're staying long, we're very lucky in a way because many of our longs are low priced, and the shorts that I try to get are quite high priced, or we get the inverse, and the inverse are quite low priced. So far, in many ways, the market is suiting us very, very well. Hopefully, I can continue to be able to maneuver and organize around that thinking. Now, one other aspect that is very important is that I said I wanted to go through a couple of things. Just real quickly, I wanted to go to bonds. Bonds, the same thing. Nice move off the low, but it's just a nice move. It's not a great move. It's nothing. In fact, from 101.17 to the high of about 102, what was yesterday? 102, 103 exactly. Until the TLT goes into the 104.80 to the 105.30 area, I just don't think it's going to be telling us a story. Wait a minute. If it goes into that area, it's going to be telling us a really important story, but it's not there yet. It's just kind of hanging around in this 102, 101, 103 maybe area. So that's that. And then I just want to do dollar, and then we're going to go straight to the, I said I'll have a lightning round quiz, and we've got it right there in the den. I'll have to check it out in a minute. Dollar is acting quite nicely. It's going to hit 81.01 in the continuous contract. There's a lot of resistance at 80.89. The weekly is finally just about to take out its parallel channel. Don't talk before you do it. Parallel, let's make it parallel. I know parallels when I see them. There it is. So that'll be right there. Yep, it's just on the weekly basis about to try to take out the parallel channel level, and it's above the 9-period moving average for the second week. Dollar is acting quite nicely now, and that's important. Just a real quick EUR USD, and then I'm going to the lightning round. Yep, peak E top at 1.38925 in the euro-dollar currency pair. Peak D in the weekly chart. Leg D, maybe a peak D in the monthly. I'm going to be watching that very closely. Now, Basil, what would you consider bad news? Please define. Nope, I will not define it. Bad news, you'd recognize it when you see it. It's like that Supreme Court case. Let me see. We've got... all right, here we go. Gringo asked about Cray. Peaky, I will answer that, of course. Cray, leg E, very sharp leg E at 64. I have to tell you something. There are a couple of these high-tech stocks, the older high-techs, like the IBMs and Crays, that are suddenly coming alive. Cray Inc. Cray Inc. is computer-related. Why do I not remember after all these years? Trading at 64.79. It is, in fact... That's interesting. 64.78. Oh, there it is. It's just changed. Up 271, up 4.37%. Leg E. It could be leg E/B because the MACD and stochastic are very good. This is just a bounce in the weekly chart, but it's a fabulous move in the monthly chart. Boy, you've got to look at your different contexts. And let me just do this here very quickly. There should be a lightning round, so I want to do these things as quickly as possible. That's the fun of the lightning round. And that's going to be an E. That's an F. an E and an F. No, it made a new low. That's an A and a B minus. Oh, wow, isn't that interesting? Okay, monthly chart. Here we go. Unusual B minus in the monthly chart. So that goes back to 2006 or 7 where it makes a low around about January of 2007, exactly 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 1527, goes to a peak D, pulls back very sharply, makes a lower low. It goes to what? It goes to a doji candle, December of 2008. Funny, it's almost the cycle is perfect. And it goes to 1257. And then it runs like crazy up to 8338, April of 2010. Then for some reason it goes trough A, trough B, trough C, trough D, and it makes a low at 20.25 December. Every January and December, highs and lows. And then what it does is in December of 2012, it starts a brand new peak, A, B, C, goes to round number 76 in August, pulls back very sharply to 52.85 in November, and now it's going December, January, and it is trying to get into the wick. If Cray can get into the 62.90 area, if Cray can get into the 67.40 area, that's not very far. 2.5 points. It just did 2.75 points today. If it can do that, it will go to leg D above 76, and it should do that in January. It'll fail if this leg E is usually a leg E as strong as this should not be given back within a day. But if Cray closes under 61.25 in the next 2 weeks, it says, be careful. We're going sideways for a while. I suspect Cray's going to pull back to about the 63.30 area, 62.80, and then try to push towards 65.66 in this particular move now. Very nice action. If you're long Cray, stay long Cray. I would raise my stop on a portion just under yesterday's low of 61.51. That's if you've had it for a little while. If you just got into it, then you have to make it tight. I'm sorry. Then some part of your stop should be in the 63.16 to 60, just around 63-ish area. I would definitely take something off. So I hope that helps you. QIHU, a Chinese. Whoops, there it is. Technology company Q360 Technology VO Limited, trading at 82.19, up 2.04. Made a peak C in the daily chart. It's made a peak E in the weekly chart with a time rather than price consolidation going from the high of 96.74, 96.74 high back in October the week of the 25th, pulls back quite sharply, actually. 73 round number low. I'm seeing round numbers everywhere. 73 round number low. Is that the break? Wow, that was quick. The break. So this is leg A. All right, there are a couple of others that will give me time to do a little work. Actually, I've done most of them. I did so much work. I've caught up very nicely. So Q is looking. I'm going to talk about it in a moment. I'll tell you what I'm looking for, and I'll be right back straight after this break. Dow's up 120, S&P's up almost 12.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. Investors, Taz Market Research delivers to its subscribers expert commentary on the analysis of 15 different markets each day. Get this invaluable and timely information through the daily market research videos Taz Market Research produces each day before 9 a.m. The video analysis will include reports on currencies, interest rates, indices, metals, energies, grains, and more. You'll be able to gauge where high profitability setups are in each of the markets. Receive a free 2-week trial subscription to Taz Market Research videos on the front page of TFNN.com. Basil takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Hi, folks. Basil Chapman. We are back, and the Dow is up 120. Just stuck there. That's okay. Now, I need to get back. I just saw Cray is in the lighting business. Of course, I should have known that. And that's really important. Oh, no wonder why they're doing so well. They've been recommended, I believe, in Consumer Report. I read about Cray, and I said, oh, Cray, I must look at the stock, which I did. Then I forgot about. So it's doing very nicely. It was very highly recommended. So we're looking at Kiyu for Terry. Kiyu. Okay, there it is. And I like it right now. If in fact the candle that we're looking at today didn't appear, I would have said, you know what, it's kind of stuck. It might move higher, but I'd be very nervous if it went under 78.70. That's number one. I still feel that way. Most importantly, if it takes out in the next 2-3 days, if it takes out 83.10, which is not far away, just a point higher, that's going to be very good for two reasons. Because it allows it to try to make a leg D up over 83.95 by the end of the week. If, in fact, it does that by weeks, in fact, of Friday, if it actually closes above the weekly high of 83.95 made last week, that'll be very important because it extends leg A. The MACD is not that great in the weekly, but the stochastic is turning up, and the monthly chart is actually still very positive. I like it. If you're long, I would just say be very careful not to let it. It's 80.90. I'm not sure you'd let it, but 78.60. A close below that, and I'd say out of there. Just don't hang around. Kihu, which is Kihu 360 Technology VO Limited. Now, the next one is LinkedIn. LI for a number of people, in fact. LinkedIn, LINKD. And that is the candle that's forming today, based on the 120-minute chart, says it's a start. I'm going to be looking at it closely because I felt for a while I missed out on LinkedIn. Subscribers did have it. I wouldn't be surprised if I could go back and find out when we had it. We had half a position. We made nice money, made $13 and then $5 on 2 half positions, and then we lost $6 on 1. So overall, it's done very nicely for us. But that was way down at the 178 level. It's trading at 205. I'm looking at the stocks that we've had over the, 205, it went to 257. But I'm looking at stocks that we've had and either taken profits or been stopped out. And I have to tell you, some of them have just, it's a buy and hold. It had been a buy and hold. I'm not so sure right now. It's a little tougher. So now let's look at this candle. The reason why I bring it up is because I wanted to look at it again, depending on how it treated, how much respect it gave to the 200-period exponential moving average that I'm showing here. If you're looking at Tiger TV, the stocks, usually the ones on the left of the daily, the one in the middle of the weekly, one on the right is the monthly, and then I'll just grab the 120-minute chart like that and pick it up. But right now you're looking at the daily, and the daily shows you this line right there, or that one there, as the 200-period moving average, which it closed under, and then yesterday, and then today went right under, and now it's trying to close above. I'm going to make a suggestion only to those of you who are longer-term oriented or very short-term oriented. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. If you're longer-term oriented, if you're looking for a position in which to start to get back into something that you've had before for a while and taken profits, and now you don't really know when to get in, the point that I wanted to make is that if you got in right now at 205.66, if your stop is 198.60 was the low today. 7 points. I do not like 7 points as a stop. That, to me, that's even if it's a small position. So here's my recommendation. If you're very short-term oriented, you could get in now, but I would have a 2-point stop. That's how tight it is. Why? Because the 120-minute chart says, based on it, and the daily, based on the 120-minute, based on the 200-period moving average, the move that's occurring, that should occur right now, is a move quickly to test the 211.32 9-period exponential moving average resistance. Well, that's great, because if you can get it now with a 2-point stop, if it goes to 208.20, make your stop 206.50, and that's a no-lose position. Not a big gain, but a no-lose position. And then what I would do is, as it climbs and it gets to the 210.80 to 211.30 area, I would either raise, if you're very short-term oriented, I'd raise my stop on part of that position, and I'd let it run. If it goes to peak A, pulls back, holds nicely, and then goes to B, that's very good action. Intermediate term, if it can overcome all the selling, and it can start a rally that takes it to 212 within a week without breaking down below today's low, I would say it's a good chance of testing 280, and I'll be right back.
With over 3 decades of trading experience, Andy Hecht brings a tremendous amount of knowledge and expertise to each weekly issue of his newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report. The Technomental Commodity Report gives you Andy's unique technomental analysis of the commodities market, a combination of technicals and fundamental analysis which he has developed and perfected over his many years of trading. The Technomental Commodity Report is only $49 a month, and right now you can get a full month-long trial subscription while paying absolutely nothing. See for yourself the kind of weekly report Andy delivers to his subscribers every Thursday morning. You'll receive specific stock, ETF, and option trades based on Andy's analysis, so no futures account is required. For all the details and to start your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, visit TFNN.com today.
2014 has arrived, and Tom O'Brien has put together a special webinar for his subscribers to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. That will be taking place the evening of Tuesday, January 7th from 6:30 till 7:30 p.m. All you have to do to attend this live event, which will be archived, is to be a subscriber to Tom's daily trading newsletter on the day of the webinar. Tom will be breaking down the three most important sectors that will shape the markets in 2014, the S&P, bonds, and real estate. Tom will provide his subscribers with a technical and fundamental take on these three sectors and how they can shape the entire market outlook for the upcoming year. For a limited time, we're extending a free trial to Tom's daily newsletter to a full 30 days. And even if you had the free trial previously, you're welcome to sign up and take advantage of this special offer, only good till January the 7th. Don't let another year pass you by. Sign up for your 30-day trial to Market Insights today and gain access to this exciting live webinar with Tom O'Brien. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Harmony Gold. For more information, just click the Harmony Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. Basil Chapman. So Google has broken the 1121 round number high. This recycles, and it turns out that it's now in leg C up. Folks, I'm not so sure about the pullback. I don't think there's going to be time. I have to tell you something. I want you to buy, once again, the UDWO at 111, UDOW, 300% long, at about 111, which would have been just a perfect buy. But we've been in, and I thought, okay, just it'll rally, and we probably won't get it because it was already over 111. But I think I had an email from a subscriber this morning saying, I got a couple of puts on the diamonds. What do you think? I said, well, if it's over plus 60 by the time I finish my show, I think it's going to be going high. In fact, I think it's going to go much higher. And buyers are there, and the VIX is low, and there's no bad news. Let me just finish what I was doing before, then we're going to take calls. So I was looking at Crease Lights just real quickly. Mitch, I don't know if I'm going to get to yours just yet. So LinkedIn, the way, let me just quickly cover that just as a summation. The bar that I'm looking at is just a first green, real decent green bar. But the V-shaped bottom in the on-balance volume and the stochastic says there's a chance that you could retest without breaking the low. You could retest at about 202 and then start a rally. So I'm saying On a very short-term basis, you can get in right there, 205, 2-point stop, and then I gave you that whole scenario. On a more intermediate-term basis, looking at a few weeks, what I'm saying is there's a chance that LinkedIn and LinkedIn trading at 205.91 up $1.99 could, in fact, if it's able to cross 212, close above 212, 211.80, 212.20, that area, all of a sudden, the weekly kicks in and that 218 area becomes a target. Once it starts to do that, and it takes 2 weeks or more to actually move higher, and the market has to help, of course, then I'm looking at something that has the potential to move higher over a period of weeks. That's what I wanted to get across. Real quickly in the questions I had here, the next one was LL. That is Lumber Liquidators. Had a tremendous slide from the 120 area way down to the 85s. Right now it's acting well at 105.39. It is leg D in the daily. 93% stochastic. MACD is good. It's a counter-trend rally, but I believe the real test will be, can it? I like it. It must hold 102.50. If it breaks 106.70 to 107.35, all of a sudden that very ugly candle of the 22nd of November becomes not the target, but it becomes the challenge to start filling in at least part of that, which could take it a little bit higher. That's that. And then I'm going to go quickly to Tesla, and then I'm going to our callers. Tesla made a peak F top at 158 round number on the 26th of December, holding quite nicely. This is the same as LL, the Lumber Liquidators in the weekly. Straight down from 194.50 down to the low of 116.10 on the week of the 29th of November. Had a very big move up to that 100, what did I say it was? 158 round number. Holding well. I think it's still doing okay. I don't, if Tesla breaks 140, closes under 140, I'd say watch out below. If it closes in the next 3 days above 154.81, that's going to be very good action. Let's go to our first caller. We've got Dan in Baskin Ridge, New Jersey. Hi, Dan. How are you?
Doing well.
Good.
Staying warm.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Whoa, cold.
Hey, Great Panther. I got into that GPL.
Yes.
I picked that up at about 69.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Okay. I got a stop in about 64, which is 2 cents lower than the
most than the low.
Yeah.
Good.
My question is, though, when I was trying to do a count, there was like 3 bars that all are showing the same high tick.
Yes. Well, first of all, you've also got double bar at the bottom. You've got the low of 66 on the 21st of November, 66 on the 4th of December. So what I do in very low price stocks or very low volume stocks that tend to have this kind of pattern is that I count, in any case, over the last couple of years, I've started counting double bottoms, so that can actually give you a start up. Now, if I do that, then this is A to B. B is at so A will be peak A in the chap waves on the 22nd at 74. Comes back, retests the exact number, but it has a B at 75 on the 29th. So that means 75. 75, it gets hit again once, twice on the 10th of December, 11th of December. Same thing again on the, why am I keep doing that? On the 18th of December, 75, pulls back, and then it breaks out, and it's gone to a peak C. So peak C will go to a peak D if Great Panther GPL breaks above 80. Now, that's 80 cents, folks. This is a stock that once was $1.34 back in August of 2013, and then dropped to that low of the 0.66s. However, it was once at $5.04 at a peak E in the Chapman Wave monthly chart. Great Panther Silver trading at 77 cents right now, unchanged. And the monthly chart says, yeah, it could rally, but unless it breaks 92 and really closes decisively above 92, there's a lot of resistance. So it could be just in a trading range. But I like the fact that you got it nice and low. I would just say let the stock tell you. Today with gold down a little bit, this is nice action because it's at the close of yesterday, having gone all the way down to 0.74. Here's my recommendation. Stay in the position. I would start to raise the stop so that you're guaranteed a profit if this thing can go to 81 cents, because that's leg D. As soon as it goes to 81 cents, I would make the stop. You're in at 69, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd make it just a little bit higher to give it room, because if this is the early stage of at least an intermediate term, even if I'm looking at gold and silver later on testing lower lows, doesn't matter. Counter trend rally can have a very nice move. The weekly chart is in leg B right now. It will be peak B if there's no new high. I think it's a great entry, and it's a very low price stock. It's been beaten to death. I think it has a chance now. If it's able to take out 81, then all of a sudden the candles on the left of 83 and then 88 are your targets to the upside. Let's go one step at a time. I want to see if it can get to 79. If it can get to 0.79, then I think it's going to go quickly to 81 cents. But let's go step by step. I just would not, you know what? I'm inclined to say to you, don't take a loss, because if it breaks under 69, it could actually go even lower. There's something wrong with the stock when it's, had such bad performance. It needs to prove itself. So I don't think it's worth taking a loss on a stock like this. The technicals are improving. It should be moving higher. If it doesn't do that, that's not a good sign at all. I wouldn't give it a break. Keep your money, rather break even. You can always buy it back at 64 cents, right?
Right.
So don't take a loss. And the other thing is, as soon as it gets to 81, if it does that, I'd raise my stop. I would treat it as a trade and then let it prove itself. You can even have it as a position play with 69 cents as your stop. If it goes to 81 cents, you can make 71 cents as your stop, and then a portion of it could be to say, hey, maybe this is going to be an intermediate term trade and move all the way back up into the 90s. And all the time you're keeping your core position and you're raising your stop on a trading position. If that works for you, that's the way I would look at it.
If there's a time for a quick question later, UVXY, is that a trough F in the daily?
That UVXY, I started a brand new, did it make a higher high? 2201, 2206. I'm just going to call it G for now. I've got F. Did I do that correctly? I think you might be right. Why am I wrong? Oh, you know what? In the break, I'll do this over again. But remember, on the way down, although I do love to look at the C, D, I think I've got an... Yeah, you're correct. I believe that's right. 1811. Yes, I think you're correct. Trough F right now. Trough F, and it's making an arch formation. Good. Well, I'll come back to the UVX because in my wrap-up I'm going to talk about the VIX as well. So, good question. Trough F in the daily. It is trying to rally, but I have to tell you something. The VIX itself is down 59 cents. As long as the VIX is low and we don't get bad news, that just brings in buyers. That's all I can say. Hey, Dan, thanks for calling.
Thanks, Basil.
Thank you very much. So let's just go back because I promised the lightning round folks that I'd do that. So LL is a parabolic. LL was a question. Lumber liquidators. That was not parabolic in the monthly chart. It is, in fact, very strong uptrend. Parabolic is, give me a second here. Parabolic is, I'm just going to grab one of these stocks and see if I can get it. Is this parabolic? Nope, that's not parabolic. CCXI. Parabolic down. I have a ton of these things. I should know it by memory. I did tons of these the other day. There's parabolic. Okay. Parabolic is the very big extension that KTOS, Kratos Defense and Security, sold something or other, trading at 813 did when it went from the low in August of 2013 of 672 all the way up to 916 the week of September the 13th. in 2013, that particular move started to go parabolic. You know, parabolic it's like a skyscraper. It literally looks like a 98 to a 99 or 100% climb to the upside. That's parabolic. So let's just do this. I wanted to double check. Did I skip any so far? JP Morgan? No, we didn't do that. Is that a question for me? CSIQ. CSIQ. It would be a surprise for me. I don't know if I've done. Oh, I have. Yes. Oh, there's parabolic. Parabolic is CSIQ. Thank you. Who's this? This is Mitch in Boston. So this is Canadian Solar Inc. That is getting to be parabolic. It's only in leg C in the monthly chart at trading at 39.14, having made a low of $1.95 in November of 2012. Leg D up in the weekly chart. You can tell, Mitch, that I really did a ton of work in the last couple of weeks, especially in the last week and especially in the last weekend. In fact, now I remember this was one of the stocks. I can't remember even how I got hold of it. It's in leg C up in the daily in a brand new buy mode. Wow. Let's just do this because it's really interesting. A, B, C, D. Down arrow. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. This is the Chapman Wave Instant Restart. In fact, tomorrow I've had so many questions from people about the Chapman Wave methodology. You know what? Maybe now's an opportunity just to do it. Let me grab this. You see this chart here? This was developed for me by my good friend Herb years ago. I can't even remember all the parameters that we used. I stopped using charts like this. Look, you see that green line? You see how beautiful it is? And then all of a sudden there's a change. You already made a top in CSIQ back at 33, around 33.17 back in November of 2013 in the daily chart. By the time you recognize that there are turns, you could be almost ready for a new buy signal. You see the way that green line was just the most magnificent thing that kept you in, and then the red line kept you out. But it also gave you, because in this case, if you weren't using, at least for me, the Chapman Wave methodology, you did not get in or out at the right time. And the time when you finally saw that the technique was giving you the signal, it was almost too late. It was like you had to go to the next signal. You were one signal behind. And even here it's green and looking beautiful. But what if it drops from 39.84 down to 33.70? That's 6 points, and only then does the signal give it. I love the Chapman Wave. That's the reason why I stopped. I bring these out for myself every 2 weeks or so. I'll just say, okay, on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, I'll say, okay, let's start running through these things, and then I'll say, what does it look like in the daily? What does it look like in the weekly? What does it look like in the monthly? And the reason why I do that, and I try not to do it during the week, when I'm picking my stocks, I might do it as a checkup, is because when you begin to rely on signals, they can whip you around very quickly. They can give you fabulous signals, but at the wrong time. And they can just be perfect, but the times that they are perfect to the times that they are not, you will find that it'll start to mess you around by saying, oh, I should have this, I should have that. There are too many woulda, coulda, shouldas. I like it if you've got another technique, like in my case, the Chapman Wave methodology. And we'll go into that a little bit more when I get back. Dow is up 113, S&P's up 10.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com. Eastern legend tells of a fair maiden who was offered a rare gift by the king of the land, a bag of pearls. The king promised that she could keep the largest, most perfect pearl she could find with these 3 conditions. 1, choose only 1 pearl. 2, remove 1 pearl at a time, accept or reject it. And 3, if rejected, it would be lost forever. She began by looking at the pearls, passing on many special treasures. She delved deeper into the bag, and soon the pearls were replaced with pebbles. Sadly, she went home empty-handed. Folks, replace pearls with time, because we cannot go back even 2 seconds. We live in the eternal moment of now. So when now are you going to take advantage of my offer to you, a subscription to my daily investment newsletter service, Mastering Probability, where you can experience the most incredible pearls for trading and investing, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator and Strategy. The offer? It gets better. A 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't go home empty-handed. Mastering Probability. Available on the homepage of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. Basil Chapman here. Yes, so the UVXY, just want to mention against 200% long, the volatility index. And we're going to watch it closely. Look, the day is young. I need to see where the Dow closes today. I need to see where it closes tomorrow. Really important as far as I'm concerned. Quick questions. I had a question here about BBRY. So let's see. Hello, great program. Q is pronounced Q. Who? Q who? Q who equals Q who. Good. It is a free internet software protection company. I don't know that it makes any money. Request your view of BBRY. Oh, man, is this upsetting? Let me tell you. Let's see, when was it? Last week? I'm all confused about the weeks. Was it Thursday? I think Thursday. Yeah, Thursday I had a good friend of TFNN's who does not very much in stocks anymore, but we used to be from the Boston area, just came to visit for a short while. And he said to me, look at BlackBerry. I got it. I'm long and it looks great. And I looked at it and I thought, okay, it looks okay, but I don't know anything about BlackBerry. Sometimes I need to know a little fundamentals, but I had heard that they've got these programs that are worth a bundle. Man, since then it's gone from 750 or something like that to 854 in leg D in the daily, leg B in the weekly. You never know with these things. There's that arch formation in the weekly chart. So yes, it looks very good. It's a little toppy right now at 853 because it's in leg D. I would say the support is at 820 to 780. But it does look like the weekly wants to try to touch 9 at some point. And Sandy wanted to know AMBA. I wonder if I forgot something that I was in the middle of talking about just a minute ago before the break. Well, this is leg... Oh, I've got AMBA as possibly leg F in the daily chart. Spectacular move. Now, there is parabolic. Leg C in the weekly, but it's still looking very good. Ambarella is a semi-chip for camera security. Oh, man, one of my favorites that I wanted to buy. As always. It looks great. Next time it pulls back, someone remind me about this, because it's the right area. I'm in security cameras. I would say that it's looking great right now. 3260 is the level to watch. If it breaks that, it could pull back very quickly between 3260 and I'd say 30 right now. But in the meantime, the weekly chart is very good. I think it's going to be going high, even if it has a little bit of a pullback. Hey, folks, before we go, we're going to, what is today? Oh, options day today. Today's Monday? Tuesday. Tuesday is options, and just a fantastic show. Stay tuned straight after me. I think I said Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday today. The way I'm looking at the Dow, this is the Chapman Wave falling axe formation. If the Dow is able to close at any point, it doesn't have to close. If it's able to get to 16,569, today's high is 16,562. So it just needs about another 8 or 9 or 10 points above. And that's going to say falling axe formation. It should make a leg D above 16,588.25. At that point, I'm going to be watching very carefully to see how are the sectors that I focused on as potential shorts. Are they going to be the shorts that I want? What's happening there? I'm going to be looking at gold. I'm going to be looking at the shippers. Some of the shippers rotated yesterday through one sector of the shippers through to another sector of the shippers. So the Options Hour brought to you by Think or Swim coming up. Don't forget tonight, Tom O'Brien, fabulous program for his subscribers. Go to the front page, check it out. This should be a terrific... Oh, what timing for a show like this. Please check it out. It's for only subscribers. And we've got North Van Hooser coming up, host of the Options Hour. And I'm going to do this one more time. If the Dow breaks above 16,569, there's a real good chance it will start leg D in the next day or two about 16,588.25. What would be a failure if by the end of the day the Dow is only up 50 points or less? That'll be a bad reversal, and I'll have to take that into account. Take is it? Yes, I'm sounding good, and I must thank Mike for a great...
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.